everyone, welcome to Firestone Firehog Season 3, Moto 3, and again, I discussed it a little bit in the first Moto, new format for the normal nights on the seasons. So, the first Moto is actually a points leader advantage Moto in the starting order, so that's why like Slanch and Roman were towards the front. The second one is the invert, which of course, you know, most likely won't work out in their favor. And then, to mix things up, so we have those two sides of the spectrum there in the first two motos. To mix things up, the third moto is the Gambler's moto. That's the RNGesus moto. So, random.org sponsoring the race yet again for our starting order in this one. And what did it come up with this one? It came up with Turkey first, Detail second, Roman third, Slanch fourth, Luke fifth, Opix sixth, and Soul seventh. That is what we're looking at. So if you're upset with your starting position, or if you like it, praise RNGesus, either way. But yeah, 9 laps again, and Soul will be so kind to throw the grenade for us again. So we'll wait on him here. There he goes. And green flag. Nine more laps at Claystone. Been a really good night so far. I think both series this week have stepped it up with the racing in week 2, which you love to see, and hopefully we're carrying that over here to the third moto. Turkey holding on to his lead early on. We have a couple 2x2 battles, always aggressive into this hairpin, and it looks like Detail's holding on to second, and Roman has won that battle for third at the moment. Slanch trying to hold off Luke here, and Opix trying to get involved in that as well. Oh, aggressive moves. Roman must have had a slow run that time, because Slanch and Luke really sent it to his inside. Oh, Slanch a little too wide. Oh, it's so close, but they get through it. The freaking sound effects when they slam into that part of the track is hilarious. But yeah, it's looking like Turkey will lead him down. Oh no, in the two-wheel for Luke, and this could be a big moment in the moto. Opix and Slanch get involved in it as well, kind of similar to what we saw happen to Opix in the middle of that Moto 2. Kind of similar on that, just a little too much of a two-wheel on the exit, and that's going to cost big. Slanch and Luke are both definitely up there in the points, and that's going to cost them a ton of time, and Opix looking for a good... another good result in the night, trying to get another top 5. That's not going to help him there either. Who it does really benefit as, wow, Slanch is sending it on Opix there. He's trying to get ahead, is Soul. Soul's going to go up to 4th. That involved all those guys. So Soul gets around them all. He gets into 4th. He's got clear track behind him, clear track in front of him. This is a great start for him. The first two motos have not gone so well, but he can't ask for much more starting from the back in the start of this Moto 3. And again, this is going to shake things up immensely. Like, are Slanch and Luke going to be able to catch back up in time? Like, we know they have the pace on this track, but it's going to be really hard to do. Detail and Roman have been finishing up there and have had pretty good pace as well, and they don't have to deal with that cheese in the beginning of this moto. So you got to think they're going to have a pretty big advantage here in Moto 3. And we have Turkey in front as well. But the thing that I'm holding out for with Turkey is he's just having those controller issues. Whatever the hell's going on with that, you know, he's been having those problems. So, like, is he gonna have that issue again? You know, is he gonna have that issue again, or is he gonna get cheesed again? That's kind of my problem with him. Like, he might have okay pace at this point in the night, but I just don't know if he's gonna get conked. And that's just gonna be a question mark for me over Turkey's head throughout the entire of this Moto 3. You can't help but think about it, because as far as I'm aware, he hasn't done anything to fix the situation from the other motos. So it might have to be one of those things where, you know, next week he's gonna try to get it set up for then. But yeah, different line choices coming out here for Turkey and Detail. And Detail looks like he's pulling in some parts of the track, but it's all about finding that opening, finding that right time. That's what it's all about in these hogs. You can protect pretty hard with them, but you can also cost yourself a ton of time by doing that. And a lot of the times you just have to be patient, but at the same time, when the gap opens, and you see that you have an opportunity to go for the lead, you need to snap on it. Like, you need to be there and ready to make that move with these. And obviously the gooses are, you could say similar things about the gooses, but I don't know. I feel like you can be a little more aggressive with the gooses in general in most of the games. With the hogs, I feel like it's a little different. With the hogs, I feel like it's more of a patient man's game. At the same time, though, with these hogs, like, for example, this section right here, I love this turn. This is honestly one of my favorite turns on any track. This turn 2 exit right here. I love that turn because it's so easy to mess up. It's so easy to mess up, and when you do, you gain so much time, and it's such a crazy run down the straightaway. And with the mongooses, you know, I think we see a lot of the time made up in, like, how you take the corners, which obviously that applies to the hogs as well, but you know what I mean? Like, the gooses, like, in the middle of the turn is where you'll gain a lot of the time, right? You don't gain a lot of the time on the straightaway. With the hogs, the straights are where you get all that speed. And especially we've seen it multiple times during this race with drivers getting the better run there and just getting so much more speed down the straightaway. It's just a different, you know, different type of racing, and more like most real life series, I would say, the straight line speed being important. So I think that's pretty cool. That being said, I mean, I still enjoy both, obviously, but I don't know. I think more people, you know, give the hogs a chance because it's a different type of racing. But I don't know. These H2A hogs are tuned pretty well, and it's pretty fun. And it's not like, I don't know. I think a lot of people probably go into it and think it's like, oh, it's gonna be, you know, everybody on the same speed, like no passing or whatever. But we've seen clearly from this race that it's all about the track design, right? You design the track properly for these things, and you will have passing and time gained. And speaking of time gained, look at how much detail just gained on Turkey in that straightaway. Again, just literally what I was just talking about. That's just not something that you see with the gooses. You don't see that much time gained on the straightaway very often. And D's going for it. He's got a little bit of a look to the inside. Maybe trying to make it happen right now, but not quite finding the opening yet. As at the end of this lap will be 4 to go. But yeah, Detail and Roman are starting to pick it up. And Turkey's got to watch out. Soul even looks like he's starting to creep in 4th. And Luke in 5th starting to get there as well on a bit of a comeback drive. He's not that far off. Probably going to need a little bit more help. Slaunch must have had some issue because he's back to 7th. Opix has taken that spot, so that's unfortunate for Slaunch. Oh, Roman having a look to the inside of Detail there and not able to make that stick. But yeah, I think Slaunch is going to need a little bit of help. This is an unfortunate Moto 3 for him so far. But that being said, with how aggressive these guys up front are starting to get, it looks like they're starting to have some more aggression and, you know, take some more moves and stuff like that. I think we could see some battling go down here that could maybe allow those guys behind, you know, get back into this race a little bit. And speaking of which, Roman having the look to the inside. Oh no! He hits the rumble at just the wrong way. That is not what I was expecting. Okay, we got to see that again. I did not see that during the race. Roman, let's take a look here. Just the wrong point to hit. Oh, man, that is so unfortunate. You could tell his tire just hit that rumble at exactly the... Oh, that was close. At exactly the wrong point, and that costs him so much. Roman falls all the way back down to 5th and loses so much track position and moves Soul into the top 3. So look at Soul on a bit of a comeback run. It's been a rough start. Oh, no, Turkey! Look at this! Turkey cheeses it. And there it is. That's the question mark that I was talking about. It finally happened. Turkey's mechanical cheese, whatever the problem is for him, finally happens. And Turkey falls all the way back from 1st to 4th. Man, big changes on this lap. 4 to go in the race. Big changes on this lap. Turkey goes all the way from 1st to 4th. Roman goes all the way from 3rd to 5th. And just so much, like, track position lost from them. And this is crazy. Luke on the comeback run, now in the podium spot. And Soul on the comeback run for his night overall in 2nd. Now he's all the way in 2nd. So Soul is... Oh, no! Turkey cheeses again! Turkey cheeses again, and this allows Roman to go by him as well. What is going on? That was looked like it more so could have been his mistake instead of the controller issue. And look at this. Opix with the run. And he's having to look to the inside. This could be a good battle again. It was kind of a kind of a safe, kind of a passive Moto 3, but now things are starting to pop off. Oh, but Turkey aggressively runs the exit, and he gets the run. I think Opix played it safe and maybe let off the throttle a little bit, but Turkey wasn't having any of that. He went wide open and was able to stick it. Some more power to him. He actually did make it happen around the outside. He even brushed it a little bit, but he messes up the hairpin, and that's going to open up the door for Opix yet again. Opix trying to get involved in the top 5, trying to get another top 5, and he's going for it inside on Turkey. Let's see if he can make the pass stick. Got to be careful. Don't want a two-wheel here. That's why he runs them a little wide right there. Not anything dirty. You just don't want to take that turn too inside, because if you do, it's another risky part of the track where you can two-wheel and wreck yourself. And it's definitely happened in past races on this track. So definitely some experience showing there. Don't want to cheese yourself in that portion of the track. Turkey having some really nice runs in the RX portion though, in the off-roading, and he's sending it as well, and Opix aggressively blocking, not ready to give up this position. Oh my god, they are running it so aggressively for 5th place. As we're going to 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Detail out front, and man, Sol is not that far off. Sol's having a great run right now, and Luke's starting to get pretty close as well. Roman's kind of on his own in 4th. Yeah, Turkey, Opix, and Slaunch out here for 5th, 6th, 7th. But it is Opix ahead of them right now. And Slaunch probably hoping, and Turkey sending it again. And I was going to say, Slaunch probably hoping that Turkey keeps racing like this, because it'll probably open up the door for him to get back in the top 5 if Turkey keeps doing it. And there it is. Speaking of the devil, there it is. Slaunch gets the run. The door is open. Can he make this stick on Turkey? Oh, he's just got the look on the inside. We'll see if he can stick it. All right, he's got the run. Oh, Turkey. Oh, no. Too aggressive. Turkey's philosophy of running wide open and not lifting fails him there. And I think Luke cheeses something in the rallycross section as well that lap. So now Roman is pretty close behind for 3rd place, and his hopes of battling for 2-1 are probably over at this point. Roman now trying to make that happen. Oh, what the hell? What kind of... We got to take a look at a replay on this. What kind of run did Slaunch just get? I can't believe Slaunch has gotten this close to Opix after just making the move on Turkey. But look at this. Slaunch coming alive and the last 2 laps trying to get any positions he can, trying to recover the best that he can in this race. And what a move. Just barely getting his inside on Opix there. And I think this is going to be another race with some last lap battles. We didn't really see him in Moto 2. We saw a lot of battles throughout the other laps. Well, this is a bit different than Moto 2. Not as many battles on the other laps, but the last 2 laps, the race is starting to heat up. Opix with a nice run there. Gonna hold on to it for now. And white flag one more time around. Can Detail take his first win of the fall series? Sol right behind him, and Roman right behind Luke, and Slaunch right behind Opix. We have multiple battles to try to keep up with on this last lap. And look at that. Sol makes a mistake. He makes a mistake and stalled it out of the hairpin, and that's huge because he actually was getting pretty close to Detail, but that just opened up the gap immensely. That might be it for the lead battle, but it's not it. Oh, Slaunch actually makes the pass on Opix. Okay, we're gonna go back and watch that one at the end of the race here, because I don't know how he was able to make that stick in the first turn. So we'll definitely take another look at that one as well. Remind me? Nah, I'm kidding. I'll remember. But yeah, Sol's still having a pretty good last lap. Roman not too far behind, and Opix is not out of the picture yet to get that pass back on Slaunch either. Does Sol send it here on Detail? He does run a wide entry, but oh, he kind of cheeses it a little bit. And Roman's sending it back there on Luke as well. They're going side by side. But Sol doesn't have the gap. Not close enough. Detail's going to take his first win of the fall series today in this 3rd moto. And it's side by side for 3rd. And Luke's going to get the edge there over Roman. Sol takes 2nd, his highest finish of the fall series as well, I believe. There's a bug on my desk. Ah! All right, BRB. Okay, so taking a look at the replay. This is going into the white flag lap, and we see Slaunch gets the run on here. And this is pretty amazing because he literally just made pass stick on Turkey, but immediately he's going for Opix again. But as you can see, Opix gets a really good landing there. He gets such a run on the exit there. So now Slaunch is going to have to try to find another opening to make this move work. He decides to run the outside, go for the momentum. He's going to go full momentum, and that's going to be his idea as we're on the final lap here. And you can see he gains so much with that momentum, and he gets the line. He gets the line. He gets the look to the inside. And you can tell he broke a lot later as well. And he just clean takes the spot. So really good last lap move there out of Slaunch. Having some exciting last lap moves during this race. And now we're going to watch the photo finish. Battle between Roman and Luke here. So Roman's getting some little looks, but not really anything too significant. He gets a pretty poor run off the exit there, but I think he gets a nice turn here. And it's relatively close, but he's basically got one more shot, and it's the dive bomb here, and he decides to go for it. Decides to go for the full dive, no brakes, sends it into him. And it's working so far. It's got him a chance. It's got him a chance. So now they're side by side going into the last turn. They're side by side. And he's going to go for the outside and try to look for the momentum. Luke to the inside. And at the line. And it's really close, but Luke will get the edge on the podium spot. So Roman with a nice move to make things interesting. But it wasn't enough on the last lap. And then Slaunch is able to get the gap on Opix a bit. And Turkey coming in last with some unfortunate controller cheese. It really sucks because I think he could have gotten at least a podium. So unfortunate. Unfortunate for Turkey. Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. All right, I'll do this to figure out overall points. This is my strat. So overall points on the night. Let's take a look here. So it ended up being pretty close. But, well, first of all, top three in the end of that moto again. Detail taking his first win in Firestone Firehog and his first win in the fall series in general as well. So taking his first moto win. A lot of podiums so far, but finally getting on the top step. Soul taking second. I believe that's his highest finish, unless I'm just blanking on something. I believe that's his highest finish for like a points paying race. He did win the heat race at Big Bear, but for a points race on the season. So 2 drivers at the front of this Moto 3 with their highest finishes so far on the season. That's what you love to see. And then Luke running at the podium for this last moto. And then also taking home the overall 48 points. 48 points in the night, taking home the overall. Detail did make it close, though, with 46, so he was really close. They're both going to pick up a lot of points in the night. And then tied for third, actually, is Slaunch and Roman. Both scored 40. So, yeah, Luke and Detail definitely gained a lot on Slaunch and Roman, and Slaunch and Roman did have the points edge on them going into the night. So that's going to make things interesting when we take a look at the overall points. But, yeah, Slaunch and Roman were dead tied for third. And then Soul actually came in fifth. Soul actually came in fifth. That second place was massive. Takes 36 points. Turkey with 35. Or sorry, Opix with 35. I was going to say that didn't sound right. And Turkey with 31. In last place, of course, the controller issues. You know, little too much for him. But yeah, so that's how the overall went on the night. And it makes the points interesting. I'll go through them here at the end of this video anyways, because why not? So the points standings as well. It's going to be Slaunch first with 105. Luke second with 103. And Detail third with 101. So those three are very close for first now. But Slaunch still holding on to it. And Roman fourth with 98 as well. So those 4 are kind of breaking away early on is what it looks like. Slaunch, Luke, Detail, and Roman are kind of breaking away in a 4-way battle at the front early on in our Firestone Firehawk season. Then we have Opix and Turkey 5th, 6th with 77 and 72, respectively. Soul 7th with 69, and then we have the drivers that did not show up for tonight. Hopefully we'll see them again in the future. I think Fireball could be a competitor for wins in this series, so I definitely hope he can make it to some of these other ones, but he's in 8th with 50. Vulcan 9th with 37, and Q 10th with 28. But yeah, give the Hogs a shot, man. Give the Hogs a shot. Because it's they're pretty fun. They're pretty fun. I thought this race is pretty fun. Honestly, I think this might have been the most fun, for me personally, most fun race of the season, both series combined so far, in terms of like battling and spectating as well. I actually thought this one was pretty good. So yeah, give the Hogs a shot. But yeah, so next week in Firestone Firehog, because I'm just, instead of doing a recap video, we'll just fit it in at the end of the Moto here. We'll be going to Lancaster. We'll be doing 3 Motos again, but we'll be doing them at Lancaster. We're going back to Halo 4. We're going back to classic Firestone Firehawk at Lancaster, and that track has got some classic Firestone Firehawk cheese in it as well. It's got multiple slippery corners, where you can definitely lose traction, and it's got some bumps. It's got some bumps, some jumps, like some unfinished parts of the track that's under construction, but we're still racing on it because why not? But yeah, so that track's pretty fun. Definitely looking forward to that one next week. Hope you guys enjoyed the second week of Firestone Firehawk, and we'll see you Friday for Reach Throwback and Sunday again for more of this.